On New Year's Eve, the Warriors traveled to Charlotte in the high-scoring game. It was arguably the 12th man, Gui Santos, who gave the team bursts of energy, knocking down open threes when the defense left him wide open, sprinting for rebounds, and acting as the perfect glue guy for a team that was struggling to get stops. With 13 points in 16 minutes and a plus 15, I wanted to break down how Santos did the dirty work and punished the defense as a winning role player, so let's get to it. Santos has been with the Warriors for a few years without consistent minutes but always a consistent role. Steve Kerr put the Brazilian in spurts to provide the team with extra energy, a bigger body, and someone willing to make hustle plays. Santos is not really talented, but he knows his role in the NBA. Here he hot potatoes it to Steph in the corner, who's able to attack a long closeout. As Brandon Miller comes to double team on the baseline, the other three Hornets zone up. With Diabate sitting in the paint, Steph hesitates his pass just enough to move the defense before sliding it to Draymond. Santos' man in rookie Salon leaves his man and almost gets a steal, and Green is best at finding open teammates right away. Gui even hesitates for a bit first before realizing that he's literally put in the game to take and make wide open threes, since he's not exactly in the opponent's scouting report. Great look to get a shooter's roll around the rim. The one thing I love about Gui Santos is that he never wastes any movement. He's either shooting the rock, attacking off the catch, or rotating the ball. You will never see him isolate or stop the ball. Horford and Jimmy run a pick and roll and the Hornets switch. As Melton either sets a screen or cuts on the weak side, Santos slides up higher on the wing before attacking off the catch, knowing his defender in Knuppel was caught by surprise. Since Melton had cut through, his original defender in Josh Green decides to leave his man and come to try to take a charge, forcing Santos to pick up his dribble. Gui keeps the offense simple by not forcing a shot, but finding the open man in Melton on the baseline. Knuppel has the peel switch late, and Melton gets a wide open 6-foot jump shot. Once Santos sees his first triple go down, you know he's going to have himself a shooting night. Off an inbounds play, the Warriors run a semi-pistol action, where Melton throws it up top to Horford, then sets a screen for the inbounder Pods. Charlotte plays straight up, and Horford gives it back to Pods and then sets a screen for him to curl. Because the Hornets do not switch, now Colin Sexton is chasing from behind, with Diabate playing a deep drop coverage. Golden State has an advantage here, but I'm sure Charlotte game planned to leave Gui Santos wide open and have his man in Knuppel come help one pass away and sit in the driving lane. Shout out Paz for continuing to have a great last few weeks. Here he dribbles towards the defender to attract him and then kick it out at the last second. Gui Santos is wide open again and this time steps on the line but knocks down another open jump shot. Gui just could not miss in the second quarter. Jimmy and Horford run a short corner pick and roll and the Hornets switch again. You can see Knuppel again coming over intentionally to help and sit in the driving lane, leaving his man open. If the Warriors are going to beat the Hornets, Santos might as well be the one. Butler keeps the game simple and bounces a pass to Gui, who this time steps into the shot and confidently rises up for another wide open three-pointer. Santos won't ever be a lockdown point of attack or post defender and is many times a foul magnet, but you can never discount his effort and hustle. Off a Josh Green drive, Draymond comes to help as a low man and forces a kick-out pass. With Jimmy closing out to the three-point line, Santos is slightly late on this next rotation and has a longer closeout before getting beat by the Hornets rookie. But with Draymond having an excellent game and as an all-time defender sitting in the paint, this dissuades the rookie from going all the way to the rim and instead he settles for a mid-range pull-up. I like Knuppel's game a lot and he already did hit a few of these, but look at Santos recovering from behind and getting a hand up to not only contest but block the shot. Pure effort. With Santos not being on the scouting report, inserting him into the lineup probably gets everyone on the opposing team to forget one of his biggest strengths, which is rebounding. Steph and Dre run a pick and roll and then Dre looks for him back. Steph attacks off the catch and gets a step on the rookie, but Josh Green decides to leave Santos and come help. Curry then settles for a tough contested sidestep three-pointer and Gui is all alone by himself. You can just trust him to be one of the furthest players away from the rebound but still able to sprint and be the first one on the loose ball. Richard gets a save pass and let's reward the hustle by giving it right back. Santos relocates like Steph Curry here and he knocks down another wide open triple. The third quarter was low-key embarrassing. 1 second the Warriors were up 15, then Steve Kerr decided to run a 4-guard lineup that was giving open looks left and right. After losing the entire lead, Santos gets reinserted back into the lineup and immediately makes an impact. Butler and Horford run a pick and roll, but Jimmy rejects it at the last second while Horford slips a pick early. With two momentarily on the ball, the Warriors have an advantage here when Horford gets double teamed. Kick out to Pat Spencer, who has a wide open three-pointer, but look who's at the top of the key. We know LaMelo Ball is not someone who is going to do the dirty work and box out, so Santos sprints in and not only out-jumps LaMelo, but immediately passes it to Jimmy before traveling. Butler's an expert at feeling contact and going up with it, and the Warriors get 2 free throws from a second chance opportunity created by none other than Gui Santos. Santos even had a few tricks up his sleeve he learned from Draymond Green, and occasionally pulls these out since the defender is least expecting it from him. He's got the ball in the corner and is looking for a guard to run a dribble handoff. As Pods comes to get the ball, the Hornets defenders are 90% expecting a handoff, but Santos bulls a Draymond and fakes it at the last second to get a step on the defender. With no help in the paint and no one expecting him capable of this move, Santos gets a layup off a fantastic counter. Charlotte wanted to get the ball out of Curry's hands as much as they could. Here on a trap off the initial pick and roll, Curry gets the ball to Draymond on the short roll and the Warriors have a 4-on-3 advantage on the backside. Solon comes to help as the weak side low man, and Santos pretty much has a wide open layup here. But of course he fumbles the easiest shot of the night and somehow still comes up with a loose ball between 3 people. Paz has been killing it the last couple weeks, and he was hitting some important threes this game as well. Simple kick out to the corner, and this was a big 3 by Air Pods. I was not expecting fourth quarter Gui Santos minutes before the game started, but it seemed like he was one of the few guys on the bench who was willing to make sacrifices and put his imprint on the game. Off a high pick and roll, the Warriors decide to have Post and Santos trap the ball handler, pressuring Knuckle to dribble further from the basket. As he picks up his dribble and the rest of the Dubs rotate, Jamie leaves the corner 3-point shooter and plays the paint instead. Santos pressures the ball handler just enough to make this pass a little off target, and with the big man in post running to contest, this affected Sexton just enough into a missed open shot. But look who comes in for the defensive rebound all the way out from almost half court, none other than Santos, who fights for this loose ball and finishes the possession. There you guys have it. The Warriors looked a little flat on an early New Year's Eve day start, but it was Gui Santos who completely changed the feel of the game. With a track meet pace, Santos came off the bench ready to go by knocking down open threes, flying around on defense, rebounding, and just overall bringing high energy. Those first half minutes were huge because Charlotte was scoring in transition, hitting shots, and Gui kept the Warriors in it. He does not need anything run from him, and instead he spaces the floor, hustles for rebounds, and makes winning plays that are crucial to a team needing wins against tanking teams. Gui's the perfect end of the bench guy who understands exactly how he can impact the game. If he keeps playing like this, Kerr's going to have a hard time keeping him out of the rotation, but we know how that could not work out. Happy New Year's to the Warriors Breakdown fan base, so if you guys like the video, like and subscribe to see more.